Thanks, Senator Blumenthal. Mr. Dettelbach, last year in Chicago, my wife and I attended a memorial service for a Chicago policewoman. Her name was Ella French. She was gunned down in the streets of Chicago in her squad car, and her partner was shot in the head as well. He lost his sight in one eye. The death of Ella French gripped that city like nothing I've ever seen. At the memorial service, there were uniformed policemen from all over Illinois and the Midwest and beyond, standing in the heat for hours to show their respects. It turned out that the weapon that was used to kill her was a straw purchase, meaning that a person with a clean record went to the gun dealer, federally licensed gun dealer, and legally purchased the gun to hand it over to the person who took Ella French's life. This so-called straw purchase has been viewed in the past by some as a bookkeeping matter, a misdemeanor type matter, or at least low on the priority list. When it came to the life of this policewoman, it was certainly not a misdemeanor matter. It was a matter of life and death. Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Agency, which you seek to head, has as one of its responsibilities the administration of the laws applying to these federally licensed gun dealers. What is the proper approach when it comes to prosecution? What is the proper approach when we instruct federal licensees who are selling guns that they have a duty to accurately and honestly ascertain whether a person is eligible to buy a gun?
Senator, the proper approach to enforcing these laws, which are on the books, it's illegal to straw purchase. But the proper approach is, number one, a team approach. So one of the things I've seen in law enforcement, and I know that they're trying in Chicago, is to make sure that we're working together with state and local law enforcement in task forces, and I'm a big fan of the task force approach, to make sure that we're in the communities listening to local police officers about the threats that they're facing. So if they see a threat, a certain threat, if it's a straw purchase threat, if it's firearms coming from another place, we're listening to them. With respect to how to handle them, it's not a paperwork offense when somebody intentionally lies and buys and is able to get a firearm unlawfully for another person. And the lie is you check the box that says it's for you and it's really for somebody else. And those should be prosecuted to the extent of the law. It's a very serious violation.
And of course, if a gun is purchased without a background check, there is no way to know what the circumstances are for the buyer or who the ultimate purchaser of the gun might be. Is that correct?
That's correct, Senator.
Ms. Cartwright, in the course of your practice, you've dealt with law enforcement. You have represented law enforcement and you've represented those who were charging police misconduct. Tell me your view of the role of law enforcement today and the common conversation about reforming police.
Senator, thank you, Chair Durbin. Senator, my role in those issues has primarily been as a litigator, both representing law enforcement officers who are excelling in their jobs but are facing illegal conditions at work, and also representing people whose clearly established constitutional rights have been violated and for whom Congress provided a remedy for that in 42 U.S.C. Section 1983. In my role as an attorney, I have looked at my specific cases and the legal claims and specific evidence for my clients in advancing their interests. And I have been proud to represent all of those clients and the important interests that those cases play in our constitutional order.
Thank you. Senator Lee?